This is All India Radio Kohima. I am Kuku with the evening news. The headlines: President Droupadi Murmu presents National Florence Nightingale Awards 2021 to nursing professionals. Supreme Court upholds decision of 10% reservation for economically weaker sections in admissions and government jobs. Chief Minister Neiphiu Rio calls upon citizens to value its traditional practices. And Section 144 of the Indian Penal Code imposed along Chumoukedima-Peren Border Belt. Now the news in detail. President Droupadi Murmu today presented the National Florence Nightingale Awards for the year 2021 to the nursing professionals at Rashtrapati Bhavan. In a tweet, Murmu said that the COVID-19 pandemic has shown the world the formidable spirit of our nurses who worked overtime, away from families, and served in extremely demanding conditions. She said the contribution of nurses in strengthening healthcare delivery has been exemplary, and that these awardees will inspire young nurses and midwives in the country to work with commitment and compassion for the betterment of fellow citizens. Murmu further conveyed her best wishes to the entire nursing fraternity. The National Florence Nightingale Awards are given to recognize the meritorious services rendered by nurses and nursing professionals to the society. Altogether, 51 healthcare workers and nurses were awarded for their exemplary works. Supreme Court today upheld the decision of 10% reservation for economically weaker sections (EWS) in admissions and government jobs. A majority of a 5-judge bench of the Supreme Court upheld the validity of the 103rd Amendment of the Constitution, which provides for 10% reservation for EWS in admissions and government jobs. 3 judges, Justices Dinesh Maheshwari, Bela Trivedi, J.B. Pardiwala, upheld the act, and 2 judges dissented. Justice S. Ravindra Bhatt passed a dissent order calling the law discriminatory and violative of basic structure. Chief Justice U. Lalit also concurred with the view of Justice S. Ravindra Bhatt. Justice Trivedi ruled that EWS quota law isn't discriminatory. Justice Maheshwari said that EWS quota law does not violate basic structure or equality code for taking into account economic criteria. The BJP, meanwhile, welcomed the Supreme Court's decision and said that the decision is a victory for Prime Minister Narendra Modi in his mission to provide social justice to country's poor. Chief Minister Neiphiu Rio today attended the Kohima celebration at Lakhuti village, Wokha. Rio thanked the people of Lakhuti village for inviting him on the occasion of Kohima. He said Wokha is rightfully called as the land of plenty and said it is up to the citizens to capitalize on this God-given gift. The Chief Minister further called upon the citizens to value its traditional practices and culture and remember that it is important to live by the principles of the Naga culture. Following the breach of law and order, which may result in the fear of loss of human life and property, including agricultural produce, along the Chumoukedima-Peren Border Belt, Commissioner of Police Dimapur, Rotihu Tetsio, has imposed Section 144 Code of Criminal Procedure (CRPC) of the Indian Penal Code in the highway stretch from Vihuto village, Khehoi village, Kievi village area, and along Chumoukedima-Peren Border Belt. The Commissioner of Police Dimapur, in an order issued today, prohibited the assembly of more than 5 people and carrying of any lethal weapon and firearms, including lathis, daggers or machete sticks, spears, catapults, or any dangerous articles in the said areas. The order came into effect this afternoon and will remain enforced till further notice. Meanwhile, in a separate notification, Deputy Commissioner Peren Vinit Kumar, as precautionary measures and safety of the public, promulgated curfew under Section 144 CRPC prohibiting the assembly of more than 5 people and carrying of any lethal weapons and arms in the disputed Lamhai Namdi village and adjoining areas. Security personnel on duty and medical emergency services are exempted from the purview of this order. The order comes into immediate effect until further order. In addition, the Deputy Commissioner advised all travelers traveling via Molvom, Kievi, Mhainamti, Peren, Dimapur Pimla, Peren to practice caution while traveling until further notice. This news comes to you from All India Radio Kohima. You can also listen to this news bulletin on News on Air app and YouTube channel AIR News Kohima. Scores of people from the Lotha community, young and old, dressed beautifully in traditional attire gathered today in celebrating its premier post-harvest festival, Tokuimong, at Naga Heritage Village, Kisama today. Folk songs, dances, traditional tug-of-war and fire-making, and Toku feast marked the celebration. Speaking as a special guest, ex-Member of Parliament Kyomo Lotha described Tokuimong as a day of reconciliation and said it is time for forgiveness, love and oneness. Towards this, he appealed the churches under Wokha district to forgive in the spirit of oneness. Kyomo also said that the post-harvest festival, Tokuimong, teaches about work culture, celebrating the bountiful harvest of the hard work of the farmers. He also urged the community to participate in the clean election campaign and not to corrupt the society because of the ensuing general election. Kyomo said, the spirit of Tokuimong should not just be one-time celebration, but its spirit must live on. Director, School Education Department, Wontungo Topoi, as guest of honor, said, Lothas must know their root so that the future generation will understand their culture and traditions. Topoi also advised the young students studying outside or within the state not to misuse its attires, rather use them to protect, promote, and preserve the culture and tradition of the Lothas. The night curfew has been reinforced in the 5-kilometer belt of Sivasagar district bordering Nagaland. Additional District Magistrate ADM Sivasagar, Assam, in an order said that the night curfew from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. will continue till the second week of December. The order, which came into effect on 11th of October, was imposed as a precautionary measure to prevent the occurrence of antisocial elements, extremists, and unlawful activities coming across the Assam-Nagaland border in the belt of Sivasagar district. ADM Sivasagar said movement of any person or group of persons or any vehicular traffic is prohibited during the period of night curfew. However, magistrates, security personnel, and civil officials deployed on duty are exempted from the curfew. Prasar Bharati CEO Mayank Kumar Agarwal launched the integrated commercial software, traffic and billing software, broadcast airtime scheduler, BATS, for All India Radio in New Delhi today. Agarwal said, considering the complexity of the organization, it is an important step not only to enhance transparency but also work efficiency in the organization. Agarwal added that BATS is an important step for commercial billing for an organization like All India Radio. BATS and integrated commercial software will be used to manage scheduling, billing for advertising orders across multiple stations through one central database. The software will be used in phases, and in the first phase, BATS has been implemented in all commercial and sales units. Nagaland Public Service Commission, NPSC, has reconstituted the State Medical Board for the conduct of medical fitness test for the candidates of NCS, NPS, and Allied Examination 2021. In a notification, the NPSC stated that the State Medical Board was reconstituted for the conduct of medical fitness tests on November 10th for the candidates that were initially listed on October 28th. The NPSC therefore requested the candidates to appear with their interview call letter before the board at Naga Hospital, Kohima at 10:30 a.m. for their medical test. To end the news, here are the headlines once again. President Droupadi Murmu presents National Florence Nightingale Awards 2021 to nursing professionals. Supreme Court upholds decision of 10% reservation for economically weaker sections in admissions and government jobs. Chief Minister Neiphiu Rio calls upon citizens to value its traditional practices. And Section 144 of the Indian Penal Code imposed along Chumoukedima-Peren Border Belt. This is all we have in the evening news bulletin. Good night.